Coming at you with some Rampardos action for the first time today. This stage 2 fossil is such an incredible one knockout point finisher in this metagame, dealing a walloping 130 damage for just 1 energy. It cleans up so many things in one shot, and the few things that we don't clear in one go are copies of Hitmonlee can soften up on the bench before Rampardos eventually moves in to clean them out. Another thing that makes Rampardos really strong is the fact that our stage 1 in this evolution line hits for a really solid amount of damage. There's games where you just have first evolution advantage and you X speed up your stage 1 and crack a mana fee or an execute for 50 points of damage and win the game before it even really gets started. The biggest upside to having a fossil as your finisher inside of this fighting box core, though, is the fact that it makes us more likely to start on the Pokemon we want to. We want to begin with either Farfetch'd or Hitmonlee as often as we can, and this makes it so that is more likely to occur while still giving us a big damage dealer to close out our games with at the end. I hope you enjoy these games. I think they do a stellar job of showcasing not only the smaller fighting box package, but also how Rampardos complements it as the big finisher. If you enjoy what you see, smash that button for the rest of the day. Have fun. I've been really underwhelmed by Lucario. The only deck I've played Lucario in where it felt remotely serviceable was being paired alongside Aerodactyl EX. Everywhere else, it's felt kinda eh. Ooh, we're gonna be in trouble if they have a Sabrina gamers. I think I'm putting this here, so that way if we draw Kickmonlee next turn, I can retreat to it and kick the Darkrai. So I think our line to win this game is like, kick the baby, and then Cyrus it up and clear it with Rampardos. Is our sequence. There's Kickmonlee. Enjoy it when a plan comes together. By playing Farfetch'd out, so I think the answer is yes. A lot of times these decks play, some of them only play 2 Cyrus. Kabutops is not a good Pokemon Pocket card. Even with Cape and powers up from Lucario, there's just too many things that clear you through all of that. They're just not consistent enough. Alright, we've got 2 Rampardos and a Pokemon Communication. And the Communication is almost guaranteed to be Rampardos, because there's only one other Hitmonlee in my deck. Alright, and now we put this energy here, so that way if they kill this, the Marshadow can kill this. Would not be surprised. Oh, huh. I have to draw the Rampardos next turn now. That's fine, didn't matter. Alright, it's Rampardos or bust. 3 out of 7 here to get Rampardos. There he is. God Gamer. the man, the myth, the legend. Can Darkrai please come to the front of the class? Darkrai, hello, Darkrai. Crunch. And then even with this Rocky Helmet duck here, I get to X-speed this out, Cyrus this duck up, and then clear with my duck. Why X speed? Because I take recoil damage, gamers. And we each have 2 points. I would like to win the game, not tie it. Used every bit of the water buffalo here. Mars is better than red card and still not good. Not an exciting opener for us. Hello, Jeff. Are you Dutch? No, I am American. I had family that immigrated to America from the Netherlands once upon a time, 3 or 4 generations ago. So we do this. I mean, if they don't have a Cyrus or a Sabrina, we could kinda be serviceable here, yeah? We go duck you, they hit us, we go energy, we go duck you, this finishes. Just board for board, we're winning here. Obviously, a bunch of different cards that change the calculus, but they're scared. All right, can we top deck Kick Modley and get rid of this Magikarp? Suddenly this game, with the Farfetch'd draw, this game went from bad to close really quick. All right, so what, this is actually 66% to be a Kick Modley, yeah? Oh my goodness! What a travesty. We were supposed to win this. I guess we Cyrus this back up, yeah? That's so frustrating. There were 2 Hitmonlees and... There were 2 Hitmonlees and a Rampardos in my deck there. Maybe they won't have Gyarados on curve. Narrator, they did not have Gyarados on curve. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Do, do, We go... Oh, they're just moving it up now. Interesting. Is that good for me? Oh, they have Dawn. Rip. Okay, I need them to not take one of these energies. Or not take this energy. I need them to not take this energy. Can we win this? I think we win this, yeah? If they don't have a Sabrina, we win this. That lets us play around Sabrina. Because this is 100. And then this is 130. Is this deck cracked, chat? This deck feels kinda sick. We're doing, like, stuff and things. And then we've got Cyrus and a Sabrina in our deck here still. Both of which win the game on the spot. They can't Sabrina and Geo, right? I don't believe there's a combination of cards that punishes keeping the Skull Fossil. I'm gonna keep it. %40% hit a lethal draw next turn. And if we don't hit the lethal draw, we'll X-speed to kick Monley. We want to hit this one because this one could still get a cape put on it. Yeah, they need double heads on Misty. They could also Cyrus up this. They did not. Sick. Sex feeling real slick. Open on duck. Open on duck. I'm gonna vibe on the Kickmonlee for a second. There's a world where it gets communication away. Yeah, I see people talking about Rampardos and what your finisher is with these cards now. And to me, from looking at the stats, there isn't a clear standout so far on what the best finisher is for the far-fetched Marshadow Hitmonlee package. Some folks are playing what's it called? Some folks are playing X-Speed? Rip. Some folks are playing Magnazone. Some folks are playing Rampardos. And Gallade is also seeing play as well. So there's three different stage 2s vying for that, essentially. I don't think I want to hit the Drudagon for 40 for the sake of taking 20 back. We just let Sleeping Duck slide. I don't understand your question, Vordsmith. Do you put out the fossil? Or why wouldn't I put out the fossil? Could you explain? I don't understand why I would skip doing that. Okay, so this is all 4 of my basics. So this is 50% to find me the stage 1 for the fossil here. Nice. I think one of the biggest upsides of playing Rampardos as the finisher in this core is the fact that this card is a real attacker. My instinct here was to just giddy up Cowboy and run this down. However, if I Rampardos, Cyrus this, and clear it, and then they Magna Zone me, I lose on the spot. So what I need to do is, I need to put Mars Shadow out and put an energy on Mars Shadow this turn. And we stretch kick the Magneton. And then what this sets me up to do is now next turn I can go Rampardos, pull this up, clear it, and then when they put up Magna Zone to clear me, the Mars Shadow clears them back. And this is the type of forward thinking you need to have to be good at this game. You need to not just be taking game actions and figuring out how you not lose. You need to build a plan to win the game with the sequences they are likely to have. It's important that we clear Darkrai to start, I think. So that way, it's important we clear Darkrai before Magna Zone because we need 2 knockout points to start, is the TLDR. If I put this up and clear this, they could put Darkrai up and clear me back. And then this is at 140. And then I could hit this here, but then they retreat this and Magna Zone clears here. I think I'm supposed to kick the second Darkrai. It's close though. So we'll go, now next turn, we'll go fish this up, clear it. And then we just need 1 more knockout point here. And they're on 0 knockout points. And if they Cyrus the Hitmonlee to clear it, they're not killing the Rampardos, and then my Rampardos kills the other thing. So they have to kill the Rampardos here, which means they can't Cyrus. And they're currently on 0 knockout points. And if they clear this, oh, do I still lose to Cyrus though? I need to draw Sabrina or Cyrus, don't I? This is 25%. I think I lose to Cyrus, yeah? Because I don't have anything that survives. I don't have anything that survives the hit. They could Cyrus Hitmonlee, and then the trigger kills Hitmonlee, and then their attack kills anything else I play. if I would have hit my second Cyrus or my singleton Sabrina, we'd have gotten him here, but it is what it is. Likely dead. There's only 3 cards in their deck. They've just drawn 2 research, and we've drawn 0 research. That is not the game action of someone that has the win. Cue live stream chat suggesting I add Giovanni to my deck because something lived with 10 HP. I'll tell you what. Instead of telling me Giovanni would have won the game because something... Wait, they had the Cyrus and they threw? They had the Cyrus and they threw! What a gamer. Just pretend, instead of suggesting I have Giovanni, pretend that the Sabrina or Cyrus I didn't draw would have been the Giovanni. Because that's realistically what would have gotten swapped. If we were playing it, it would have been one of the other 2 utility cards that also won us the game here. Have you played against Palkia yet with this deck? Yeah, I think these Hitmonlee Cyrus decks tend to be pretty decent into Palkia. Especially this build with Craniados, which clears Mana Fee in 1. Wide space, thanks for the 11 months. What did you just call my beloved Pokemon? Meat and potatoes. It's a lovely draw. Speaking of the duck. I think I put this here, yeah? And then we'll retreat to this next turn. Would you consider removing X speed? Absolutely not. It's actually astonishing to me how frequently people suggest I cut X speed from decks that play Hitmonlee. You definitely should never cut. I just think about this particular game. If I'd have had an X speed 1 card sooner, we'd have hit this for 40, and we would have been potentially crunching this turn to win it too. Like, X-Speed is legitimately one of the best cards in Pokemon Pocket. It essentially says make it energy. It's very strong. Do not cut it. It comes up in YouTube comments a lot too. People ask if we should cut X-Speed from the what's it called? All right, if we hit our stage 2, they're cooked. They didn't play out a basic to play around the stage 2. Come on. They Pokeballed twice, gamers. Justice, justice, justice! Gamers really hate playing around this stuff today. Good night. Get out of here. Our second opponent that hasn't respected the Dino and didn't play out a basic for a Pokeball. Ooh, Sand's got a little bit of candy in it. Rampardos is actually, and this is something that makes me more prone to running far-fetched over Hitmonchan in this build, is Rampardos is actually kind of clunky against opposing fighting decks. So playing Farfetch'd, who's good into opposing fighting decks, has a lot of appeal. Oh my goodness! Don't tell Scotty, chat. Don't tell Scotty. The sheer disrespect of this play is just like, nobody respects the rock-headed dino. Everybody's just like giddy up and running right into it. Holy. Do 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 do. Boo do 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 do. Yeah, punch me. Hit me! Hit me! Are we done here? I think we're done here. Feeling pretty done here. So, if we find the dino, this matchup is like can't lose territory, yeah? Narrator, we found the dino. Speaking of my EX tier list video, a lot of people were upset I ranked Pachirisu low because this 18 trader cheese deck has spiked a handful of results. Oh, it's not the 18 trader build. Okay. The 18 trader build has spiked a handful of results. I'm very skeptical it's good. I was mad because he's cute. Fair, honestly. Oh, you know what? We actually get cooked. I should have kicked the Magneton here. Because we actually get cooked by Magnezone if I don't evolve this one as well now. Let's just draw the second stage one here. But I didn't hit Cyrus anyways, but I should have kicked this so I could have had Cyrus to play around the Magnezone. Yeah, we're actually dead to the zone now. Gosh, Magnezone's such a power. Magnezone is easily the best card in the set. It's so strong. You took a bunch of game actions. Was I dead the whole time? Cool. Friday's off to a pretty solid start, DNL. Good morning. I'm gonna chill on this, that way they don't know me kicking their bench as an option next turn. Just murder these things that are weak to fighting, I think. I think I clear out one of their things that can evolve here. But Jeff, Meowth evolves into Persian. Sure doesn't, gamer. I'm gonna play the Kick Modley out because they could Surge Raichu to clear the Marshadow next turn if they wanted. Which this moving up to the lead spot would imply. And this burns all their energy off the board, so we have some time here to find our fossils still and get built up in the back. Nice. Play around to Sabrina here. Kick the baby. We have our stage 1 on deck next turn. I'm gonna get headbutting. It's 70 with the weakness. And even if they have like an X speed here, well, I was gonna say retreating to 30 life is not a great game plan with the Hitmonleys on board, but Papa's got something to say about your Cape Gaming. Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you chase down Raichu? Do 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 do. Pretty solid finish after an awkward start from us. Who needs a stage 2, gamers? Ready to headbutt. Come here. Come here. Three cards left in the deck. 2 of them are our stage 2. Good thing we didn't need it. Morning, Alice. I'm doing well. So they have first energy advantage, but first evolution advantage means that this gets to scramble the egg with the X speed, huh? And then we curve into ramp. God, this is correct, chat. Holy. Much like this execute's about to be. This deck looks to be correct. Man, imagine playing a Pokeball and then not playing your basic out. Couldn't be my opponent. Couldn't be my opponent playing around Hitmonlee. Oh, yeah, so long. Good night, my sweet prince. Whoo, doggy. Combee water energy. Garchomp enjoyer? Question mark. Ooh, can we draw our stage 1? And clear this B out. Combee gets a random basic onto their bench. Yeah, you'd never know there's only one copy of Marshadow in this deck, based on how many times it's been our starter today. Confirmed Garchomp enjoyer. Gosh, it's a shame we missed on this. I'll do this to play around Sabrina, I suppose. Would have loved to kick the baby this turn, though. There's a baby to kick. I think I'm chilling on this in case I need to pull this back out at some point. Because everything I have only needs 1 energy, so like this is going to get an energy back on it, no problem. Your stage 1 already deals 50, Bob. You really just don't have room for Geo. Yes, I would assume they're only playing 4 basics. Two stage 1s, 2 research, and a communication, and 12 cards. We could draw another stage 2, sure could. No fighting energy means Gabite can't attack next turn, which is good for the home team. Wait, they didn't have Gabite and they didn't... Interesting. Only one knockout point for that. Garchomp is a non-EX. Which, if they have the stage 1 for this, I need the stage 1 for this or we lose. Because Farfetch goes down in 1 to Gabite. Oh, 3 hits and 9 cards, gamers. Perfect. We lose to Gabite plus Sabrina, but otherwise we're home free. Two different ways to eat this recess. I prefer to eat it without ever using our stage 2 just to prove a point. Brings a smile to my face remembering the YouTube comment I got this morning, which was commenting on the EX tier list that this expansion made the metagame worse and added more coin flips to it. To which I responded, LOL, LMAO even. It's extra amusing to hear comments like that too, because as someone who plays a lot of different card games in their early metagames, so like I try to sample a lot of digital card games to see if there's something new or enjoyable there that I might want to make content for. I genuinely think Pokemon Pocket's early metagames that we've had, which we're still in, I think I would count this as an early metagame still for this first year, are some of the best early metagames I've ever played in a digital card game. Their balance team has been really on point in my opinion. Put the counters to things in the next booster pack as opposed to the current booster pack. And a good example of what I mean by Pokemon Pocket doing this right is the existence of Yanmega. So Yanmega as a colorless attacker is very clearly intended to let any deck have counterplay into Darkrai and Weavile as the new format staples, because those are weak to grass, right? So you hit for 140 with weakness. And a lot of games, they don't try and balance in the same pack. They like let their thing run rampant and then put the counter in the next pack to like cut it off at the pass in the once the next set of cards release. And I really like that the Pocket team feels like they've been consciously, okay, we want to make sure there's tools all the time. We've got our Kiki Lad, but Manaphy is. I needed a fossil. We needed the fossil last turn. We're gonna give it the old college try here, but I think Cyrus is one of the best cards they've ever added to this game, and I'm really happy it exists. So now I have a decision here. Do I kick the Eevee or do I kick the Magikarp? We know they didn't have Vaporeon last turn, so they're 1 in 5 to draw it. They could have Gyarados in hand because they didn't have Magikarp in play. I think I need to kick the Carp and hope they don't hit the 1 in 5 to draw the Vaporeon. The problem here is if they draw the Vaporeon, I probably lose the game on the spot. The big thing Cyrus does that is a hard pill to swallow is Cyrus is a card that forces you to play differently. And if you want an example, we played a tournament yesterday and we lost a game where, no, it was 2 days ago, when we were playing the Garchomp. We lost a game that I was almost 100% to win if I had simply played around the existence of Cyrus. And it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna play, speaking of play, I'm gonna play around Sabrina by playing this out. It's hard to be like, oh, I could have made better choices, and it's easy to be like, oh, this game sucks, it is all variants, and I hate Cyrus. We're in an okay-ish spot here, even without the fossil, but it's not a guarantee. I assume we're getting Dimensional Stormed this turn. This is a pretty big decision point. There's 7 cards in my deck. If I hit the fossil, I'm sad. I'm sad that I didn't hit this for 100. I think I'm just supposed to kick the mana fee twice. That's true too. Kicking the mana fee also is good if I draw one of my 2 Cyrus. Oh, Sabrina X Speed was lethal. Oh, I wasn't thinking about it. I was so locked into my line. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got him anyways. But great catch from the chat. And that's, you know, that game, despite my flub at the end, really highlights why this fighting box package is so strong. Like, you could win games even without your finisher, right? Like, just Hitmonlee, Mars Shadow stuff can bob and weave and get you on the scoreboard.